So, Ian, at a video game con, we did a panel. We like doing these panels live, and we discussed two things. So here's where I'm going to cut in where we discuss, because this happened right after the last podcast, the I Am 8-Bit Special Edition re-release, the 30th anniversary, even though it isn't the 30th anniversary of Street Fighter 2 on Super Nintendo. So watch that now.
Woo! All right, Ian. This was breaking news right after the last podcast.
Yeah, breaking.
Recorded. And it already sold out. We're talking Street Fighter 2, the 30th anniversary edition, SNES cartridge release from I Am 8-Bit. Kind of surprising. Kind of came out of nowhere like an RKO of nostalgia.
Yeah, so I Am 8-Bit is a company that does a lot of vinyl releases of soundtracks for video games. They've done No Man's Sky, they've done Streets of Rage, they've done Streets of Rage 2, they've done Outrun, they've done Shenmue, they've done a bunch of them. So now it looks like they are taking over something that a lot of people have thought about for a while, which is re-releasing classic games on the consoles they were originally released on.
Sure, there's nothing stopping the copyright holder from doing that. All the technology is no longer patented. They don't need permission of the people that own the console to do it. It's like it's like a homebrew, but it's a game that existed already. In essence, you know, it's a corporate brew. It's a corporate brew. So what was
a macro brew?
A macro brew, yeah,
like beer.
Okay. So this is Street Fighter 2, 30th anniversary edition, limited edition of 5,500.
Rookie Mark McGuire.
It sold out in about, I want to say, 6 or 7 days. It didn't sell out immediately. Some people were surprised about that. I wasn't surprised. We'll get into why though. Brand new playable SNES cartridge asterisk. We'll get to that. Tri-fold box with foil, gloss, and embossments. Premium instruction booklet. Retro pack-in surprises. And then limit 2 per customer, trying to keep those dirty scalpers at bay. So
at 2.
One of the biggest, I guess, points about this is that they sort of made it a semi-chase, where 4,500 of these were the standard opaque Ryu headband red color cartridge, and then 1,000 are glow-in-the-dark Blanca green. So you basically have a 1 in 5 chance, roughly, 20% chance. 20-25% chance of getting the Ian, what are you making the movement about for?
Because I fucking hate Chase.
Okay, what's wrong with this? You don't like the fact that they did that at all?
All right, as a record collector, there are a certain amount of companies that do Chase colors.
Okay.
And it's fucking annoying. You should get the limited edition color choice that you want if you are quick on pre-ordering. You should be able to pre-order the cartridge and get a choice of, do I want the red or the more limited whatever? Limited. Yeah. Limited. Yeah. Limited. It sounds like you're taking a shit. Anyways,
does your asshole talk to you and say limited?
Yeah, it does.
Okay.
Limited edition 4 on the Bristol scale.
Go on, you son
of a bitch. Anyways, I don't like Chase for colors. It drives me insane.
Okay.
I feel like you should have been able to order the cartridge up front, and if you were first or second or third or 500th in line, you should have been able to choose the color you want.
Oh, okay. So that might have been a better way to get people to buy it earlier.
Yes, exactly. No, a lot of record labels do that properly, where it's...
Doesn't that more encourage the scalpers though to get in there first versus it being more randomized?
Most record labels limit your purchases to 1.
Sure. So this is called the Legacy Cartridge Collection, which makes you believe that maybe this is the first of more from Capcom. Maybe. We'll see. What stands out to me about this, though, is first and foremost the fact that this isn't the 30th anniversary of Street Fighter 2. It's the 30th anniversary of Street Fighter 1. I just think that's kind of a little detail no one's really talking about. No one gives 2 craps about Street Fighter 1.
No, everyone gives a crap about Street Fighter 2, so they're acting like it's the beginning. They're retconning this.
Yeah, that's a little strange to me, just because you know, if this was well, you couldn't re-release Street Fighter 1 to be Fighting Street on the TurboGrafx. 3 people would have bought that.
4.
Are you surprised that
I mean, it would suck, but I would buy it. So 4.
Okay, you got to be the contrarian to me.
Unless you were counting me in the 3.
Anyway, so are you surprised it took 6-7 days to sell out and not sell out immediately?
Yeah, I kind of am, just because Street Fighter fans are fucking insane.
Yeah. Enough to buy an old.
Are there any Street Fighter fans in here?
All right, who
Are you willing to admit that you're insane? I don't care if you bought it, but are you insane?
Out of those Street Fighter fans, who bought it? 1, 2, 3 out of the 30 fans about that cheered. So, well, it's a small, very small sample size. That's 10%.
That's 3 in a room of how many?
This is also a retro game convention. So retro gamers times Street Fighter means that they're more likely to buy it.
Can we hug it out on this one? I mean,
no, I'm just saying.
Okay.
Like if this was Mega Man X, I think it would have sold out in 10 minutes.
Mega Man X is cheap enough to buy the original cartridge without buying a reproduction at 100.
But that's another point. Is this priced properly at $100?
Well, no, it's not, because you're right. Street Fighter 2 is cheap enough to buy original.
Well, but not just that. I mean, when this, okay, you can say, well, when this came out, this was $80 at the Capcom store that I bought it at Capcom USA. So at the time. By the way, is he still in frame when he's leading that way? Do you see him? He's still in frame. Okay, just making sure. I don't want to leave you.
Uncomfortable.
You're comfortable? You're comfortable? No? This is modern times, though. And again, like you said, this is like a $10 or $15 cartridge at this point, correct?
15.
15
Yeah.
for regular old Street Fighter 2?
8 fighters. Why didn't they fucking do Street Fighter Turbo?
Because that's going to come next year, probably, or at the big 30th anniversary of something else.
Is this where we're going to? Is this the part you were talking about next?
No. What I'm talking about is this price point is totally wrong for what they're offering.
Yes.
The cartridge costs $5 to produce at most. If they can sell something like this on Alibaba Express for $10, it doesn't cost much to produce these.
Yo, but look at that sweet manual. That's
yeah, the manual's not.
And they're gonna give you a sweet box, and they give you a sweet red shell, and you can get a sweet glow in the dark fucking limited edition shell, and you can fucking come in your mouth over the anniversary of Street Fighter. That's not even fucking right. It's bullshit.
By the way, this is not for children. This panel, if there was any children here,
it's never for children. When has this panel ever been for children? And why don't we ever put an R or NC-17 rating on it?
NC-17 means there's acts of sexuality going on. I don't want to be at least with you.
Someday I might plow my crotch into your face. Anyways.
That would be the end of the CU podcast as well.
Well, yeah, but I mean, that would be a great way to go out.
The company's bold podcast. That's not going to happen.
Anywho.
So what do you get? You get this 30th anniversary. 30th anniversary.
Bullshit.
30th anniversary manual that doesn't resemble the Super Nintendo artwork that much. That's the other weird thing about this. Since it's not Nintendo licensed anyway, there's no Nintendo seal, there's no Nintendo mentioned anywhere. It doesn't say Super Nintendo anywhere.
Nintendo doesn't even slap their dick on it.
No, they didn't. So when you look at this box, you can't tell it's a Super Nintendo game. Like from the album, unless they change it. Right now, it's like you don't see anything saying. You don't even see even the cheap generic for play on Super Nintendo. Like they used to do it like crappy Atari 2600 cartridges. It's not bootleg. It's officially licensed.
I'm just saying that.
Gene, you're being difficult here. You're leading in closely, way too much for my liking. But anyway,
my computer can't load shit up.
Okay, so and now it's PG-17. It's at least PG-13 right now. So when we talk about playable asterisk,
Hold on. It's trifold box with foil.
It's foil,
gloss,
and embossment.
And embossments. I'm fucking sold, dude. $100.
Oh, okay. All I'm saying is this: if they price this at $60 or even $80, Well, it wasn't limited, it sold out. Limited. But if they said to people, we're going to offer you exactly what it was back then with bells and whistles for more, or excuse me, less than what it cost back then.
Even at what it costs back.
Or even 80. I just think 100,
even at 80.
I think 100's a little extravagant. But then what the fuck do I know? Because they sold them out in like 5-6 days. But if they had like 25,000, they wouldn't be sold out by now still. And the lower price point would have helped. But that's a business discussion.
Well, the fact of the matter is, if they had added more, they would have sold out in 2 or 3 days.
Maybe. But you know what would happen if they added more? More houses would have caught on fire from their Super Nintendos flaming up. Because according to their warning on their page, warning, use of this pre-production game cartridge, the product, on the SNES gaming hardware may cause the console to overheat or catch fire.
Bullshit.
The SNES hardware is deemed a vintage collectible, so please exercise extreme caution, like get out your tongs and oven mitts.
I cannot
when
tell
using the
you.
product, he's standing up, he's out of frame, it's on his balls now, the GoPro.
I cannot tell you how many times a week people call me and they're like, you sold me a Super Nintendo and it lit on fire and burned my house down.
Make sure
it's vintage.
Make sure there is a fire extinguishment equipment nearby. It says that. Use of the product is at the sole risk of the user. The product is sold as is. Neither I Am 8-Bit nor Capcom make any representation or warranty, express or implied of any kind, including any warranty of merchantability or of fitness for a particular use, or that the product is safe to use. And I Am 8-Bit or Capcom shall have no liability for damage to property or persons arising from use of the product. Nintendo America is in no way associated with the release of this product. All right.
It's fucking physically impossible for a video game to light a system on fire.
I think what their fear was this, and this could have been Capcom telling the I Am 8-Bit, we want this really weird liability. Because honestly, then, you need that liability from every retro game dealer here. Because they're selling you games to old, vintage hardware. They're acting like this is like a fucking Model T that is going to blow up when you turn the crank. Is that too esoteric to reference to anyone?
No, it's
anyway,
not. I mean, maybe it is.
Okay, but you see the point, though. It's just really weird.
Luna Video Games sells home fires. That's what we do.
You sell home fires?
We sell home fires. 1 out of every 3 games we sell, we hope it burns their house down.
What you're basically selling is a storage room of Zippo lighters, basically, but they're game cards.
Right, but default, faulty Zippo lighters.
People don't know, back in prehistoric times, that's how man first created fire. They got out there, I Am 8-Bit Legacy cartridge.
A copy of Silent Service.
Silent Service. The 30th anniversary of Silent Service.
And a piece of flint.
A piece of flint. This is, all right, okay. More will probably come. I wonder why do you think they want the company that hasn't do that much? What do they do for video games besides this? You know?
Who?
I Am 8-Bit. What do they do for video games besides this? What do they do?
Like I said at the start, they actually put out officially licensed video game soundtracks, which is huge because before that there were just a lot of bootleg video game soundtracks. The original composers weren't getting paid for it. I actually have a really neat bootleg Mega Man 2 soundtrack, but that was before anyone was doing anything licensed. So I Am 8-Bit does a lot of licensed soundtracks. Digidiscs does a lot of licensed soundtracks, and those companies, I Am 8-Bit and Digidiscs, deserve a lot of credit for legitimizing the pressing and the printing of soundtracks.
All right then. So Ian, you're on board with whatever they release next then?
Yeah.
So you're gonna buy $100 30th anniversary of whatever game comes out next?
I didn't see it say that. That's a false equivalency.
Oh, okay. All right. What are these retro pack-in surprises?
I don't know. You tell me.
I'm trying to see.
Candy, Cheetos, multicolored Cheetos. Can
It's
I
like
get
a little
Cheeto?
fold-out poster there with really horrific artwork that's almost rival. Remember the Street Fighter 2 artwork in Nintendo Power? How bad that was in that fold-out poster? Anyone here have that?
Yeah, but that's like traditional Street Fighter 2 artwork, and I think this is too.
Okay, so it's a step up.
So, I mean, you can talk about it being awful, but it was always awful.
That Blanca is pretty awful right there. That's a pretty bad. And Dalsum isn't too. Dalsum's seen better days here. I wish you guys had visuals.
I feel like Dalsum's always seen better days, though. I mean, he's stretchy, dude.
Hey, he's my yogi
His
partner.
skin's seen better days.
What's wrong with his skin? He moisturizes?
No, he doesn't.
What? He's very healthy, Dalsum.
Fine.
He's living that yoga lifestyle. Who here does yoga besides me? Anyone? Wow, no one. I'm in Jersey.
Dude, you're on the East Coast.
But I started yoga in New Jersey.
No one does yoga here.
A little bit of yoga.
That's right, that's right.
Just a
Warrior
touch.
2.
Vinyasa.
Vinyasa, that's right. So all you people will live longer, get your asses on that. You gotta do that. All right, this is enough of this topic, Ian. Anything else here?
No.
Is anyone's system gonna catch on fire here?
No.
Okay.